Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Marcus Smith.
And I'm Abby Carrington. Here's what's coming up on the programme today. We explore what mothers can do to help ease their stress.
And one artist in Leeds is brightening up the streets, but with a slightly unorthodox canvas. Now, support for new parents-to-be have been limited during the pandemic.
However, workers from the charity Breastfeeding Together have put plans in place to help ease their stress.
Tom Parker has our top story.
The product of millions of years of evolution, the human body is capable of many remarkable things, but none of which may be quite so incredible as the development of life in utero.
Whilst developing a child can be an exciting time for parents, it can also be a challenging and nervous time, with many overawed with the amount of information online on how to raise them in the womb. I spoke to Sarah Collins, who has been working over lockdown to give lessons to mothers on how to help their baby's development.
We noticed, particularly over the past year or so with the current COVID-19 pandemic, that there was a real lack of pregnancy education and support for families around the UK. We did used to deliver our sessions face-to-face, but since the COVID-19 pandemic, we've gone online and we deliver our sessions via Zoom now for families all over the UK.
Now, the womb actually plays a crucial part in a baby's development. In fact, in just 23 weeks, a baby can hear your voice, taste the foods that you eat and respond to touches on your bump. And this is the reason to why classes like these are so important.
We do the Bonding with Your Bump and Baby session. We talk to parents about how to create what's called a secure attachment. So it's that bond from a very early stage. We talk to parents about what they can be doing whilst their babies are in the womb, how they can communicate with their baby and start that bonding process off. And we talk a lot about the importance of responding to our babies throughout pregnancy, but also once our babies are born, and how that helps promote optimal brain development. We're all about empowering families and giving them the information that they need to go away and sort of put that into practice.
Sarah works with the charity Breastfeeding Together to help deliver these online classes.
So we specialise in pregnancy, parenting and infant feeding ultimately, and we were established in 2015, so we are a registered charity. We've got over 60 volunteers who help to provide that practical support and emotional support and information to families. We're based in Wigan, but we provide support to families all over the UK really.
With a potential baby boom on the horizon after a year's decrease, classes like these will provide vital support for new parents starting an exciting but tough new chapter in their lives. Tom Parker, Quays News, Salford.
If you would like to find out any more information on Breastfeeding Together, you can check them out on all forms of social media.
Now, you'd be forgiven for paying no attention to those plain electrical boxes you see by the side of the road.
But one artist in Leeds, armed with a paintbrush, is giving them a spot of colour. I went to take a look at his work.
Go on, Gary Speed, get one yourself, son, and what a great goal! It's for Hunter, and it's a lovely goal! There's Lorimer! Oh, and a goal!
This is the work of the burly Banksy. He takes average, nondescript streets in Leeds, like this one, and gives them a touch of personality. But unlike the real Banksy, we know who he is, and he's become quite a local celebrity. Andy McVeigh is the man behind the nickname.
There's lots of these electricity boxes, well, everywhere, isn't there? And there's a lot around where I live that are all covered in horrible tagging. And me and a friend just started painting over them with like trees and anything, flowers or something. And I was going down Welland Road one day, and there's loads of these boxes on the way down to the ground, and I thought, I could do one. I could do a Leeds United one. I could do one there and one there, and I thought, I could create like a pathway to the stadium almost.
It's not just Leeds United theme though. Walk anywhere across the city and you'll find loads of different references, from Headingley's cricket ground to Hyde Park Corner. And he's also added some more personal touches.
My sister's little girl was born and then they gave her 6 months to live. But if I do a box here for Gracie, thousands of people will see her name every day. And I think that kind of helped my sister.
He's got permission for his work from the phone companies who own the boxes, and he's inspired some other artists to get involved with these murals. Everyone around Leeds seems to love his work.
It definitely brightens up, and they keep changing all the time as well, so they keep getting updated, which is good.
Moved here around 4 years ago, and I'd not heard of him before, and then I started seeing all these little boxes being painted, and I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah, I think it is really good. I think it adds a bit of vibrancy to the area, and kids love it.
Andy's got no plans to retire his paintbrush anytime soon. He's hoping to get some work done inside Ellen Road, but until then, he'll stick to brightening the streets of Leeds up one electrical box at a time. Marcus Smith, Quays News.
Now let's take a look at the stories hitting the headlines with our reporter Bethany Noon.
Thanks, Marcus. More than 2,500 women who were victims of the PIP breast implant scandal should receive compensation. A French appeal court has decided. The women involved includes 540 Britons. They say they are elated and exhausted after 10 years of fighting for justice. Former BBC reporter Martin Bizier deceived and induced Princess Diana's brother in order to obtain the bombshell panorama interview with her by producing fake bank statements. Bizier made a serious breach of BBC guidelines on straight dealing when he secured the 1995 interview. BBC Director General Tim Davie has made a full and unconditional apology over the finding in the Lord Dyson report that released this afternoon. The government says a new state-owned body released Great British Railways, or GBR, will set timetables and prices of tickets in England and manage rail infrastructure. Transport Secretary Grant Sharp admitted the current structure was too complicated and fragmented. He also promised GBR would be accountable for delays and disruption. However, Labour said these plans are unlikely to meet their goals. Hopes are rising in government that the Indian variant may not completely ruin the England's lockdown on the 21st of June. Boris Johnson has told Tory MPs he's hoping to stick to the roadmap despite the UK cases hitting 3,000 cases. Now, there is only 2 days away until live music returns. This year, the theme for the 65 Eurovision Song Contest is Open Up, and will open up to 3,500 audience members in the arena, following COVID secure measures. And Yorkshireman James Newman will be representing the UK with the song Embers. And there are your latest headlines.
Thanks for that, Beth. Now, in all other news, with drug use among students on the rise, George Booth went to explore how easy it is to attain substances that give illegal highs.
Indeed, you can, but not for recreational purposes, since a change in law...
We're sorry about that. We'll take you on to our next package. It's World Bee Day today, and the main purpose of World Bee Day is to spread awareness of the significance of bees and other pollinators for our survival.
And our reporter, Alice Peoples, went to find out how you can look after your own bees at home.
Today is World Bee Day, and with the worker bee being the Manchester mascot, I thought it'd be a good idea to find out how you can help the bees. And why is it so important that we do help the bees?
Hi, I'm from Manchester and District Beekeepers Association, We basically are an association of people that keep bees. So if you want to help a honeybee, or if you want to help bees, it's a question of being aware of what their needs are. And they're pretty much the same as people's. They need food, which in terms of a bee is pollen and nectar, which they get from plants. And they prefer very, very simple plants like dandelions, brambles, plants that are nice and open so that they can get to the nectar and the pollen. They also need water, which is something that most people forget until you find they're all over your swimming pool. The easiest way to give them water is to give them a saucer with some stones in it. And the last thing they need is, like us, they need a home. So you can put a bee hotel up, which is basically quite a simple piece of kit. It's got some bamboo, very often some pine cones.
That's all we have time for today.
Why not check out our social media at Quays News for more information?